Everybody has a podcast.
Baby, yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hope everybody had a great week. Everybody has a podcast. Yeah, 9:30. Monday night. Fresh from the weekend. Jay Wiggy is out tonight. He is in the airport in Houston at the moment, coming back from Vegas. So we will ask him about his trip when he comes back. But we do got you know who. How's it going, Whis?
I'm just fucking doing what I do.
How was your weekend and your week?
It was alright. Me and baby decided to take a break for a while.
You and baby are taking a break. What happened? Trouble in paradise?
Listen, don't try to make that cheap me, motherfucker. That's just, sometimes when you're a couple and you've been in a relationship, you just gotta take a break sometimes.
I got you. You're right. Sometimes you do need to take a break. You guys are hot and heavy there for a little while, I was noticing.
You're right about that. It's every day, every night. I feel like, she loves this big old dick.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I will tell you this, Wes. I did have sex with a girl this week.
Oh, God.
Yeah. She was so old, she bled dust.
Alright, they just keep on getting worse and worse. Listen, but just stop that stupid ass joke. I really, truly do.
I know you love them. That's why I'm going to keep doing them. What else is going on? I didn't do too much this weekend, folks. It was rainy out, kind of a messy weekend. I did some Tex-Mex joints. Thought I was going to get out to the bar Saturday night, but decided against it. I'm not going to say because of the weather, because when the night came, it cleared up, but I did not do too much besides that.
That sounds pretty fucking boring, dumbass.
It was pretty boring, Next weekend, I need to get out.
I mean, y'all going to the club?
Oh, we might, man. You want to go?
I mean, we should do. Let's go to the club, yeah.
All right, next weekend we're going to the club.
That's right, we're going to the club, yeah.
We're going to the club.
We're going to the club, yeah.
We're going to the club.
We're going to the club, yeah.
We're going to the club.
We're going to the club, yeah.
All right. Enough of that. Sorry. Man, so quite an uneventful weekend out there. Like I said, I did not do too much. Whis broke up with his girlfriend.
Go on break, yeah.
Or they're on a break. Or on a break. And then Wiggy is out in Vegas. I wonder if he won any money or got any hookers. Probably not, because I think he went with the old ball and chain. So I don't think he got any hooker action.
I'm on. That's funny, yeah.
Let's go to the phone and see what's going on right now. We got our buddy Raj out in North Carolina. Raj, how are you, buddy?
This is Raj. What up? Wanted to say, go Carolina. And about where did you go at first? I will talk to you next time.
Yes. Go Carolina. And, man, where the hell's that? I don't know. I wish I'd known, but I don't.
I mean, listen, I'm taking a break from hoes, yeah. Probably not for real, I'm always saying something, y'all. I mean, I'm a player, y'all.
All right, we know about you, Whis.
I mean, listen.
Let's go to Jerry in Knoxville, Tennessee.
This is Jerry from Knoxville, Tennessee. Go Vols, we on that. You dumbasses.
I mean, I'm really getting tired of that fool calling in with that bullshit, yeah.
I mean, me too, man. Who is this guy, Jerry? The Vols are going to do terrible next year. I just have a feeling.
I mean, I think so too. I mean, Josh Heupel, he's a dumbass, and I see Tennessee not winning even 6 games next season. They're done.
I don't agree with you, man. I mean, I just hate Tennessee. I'm not a fan of the Vols. Even there are some teams I can deal with that I don't hate, but Tennessee, I hate them.
I hate them, y'all. I mean, listen.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. You know what? Let's take another call. We got Harriet in T-Town. What's going on, Harriet?
Yes, Harriet, hey, Grant. I hope Wiggy wins some money out there. I hope he wants some. And just want to say, I'm still excited for the upcoming season, 47 days. Roll Tide, baby. Love ya.
Roll Tide, Harriet.
Roll Tide, yeah.
So hopefully Wiggy did win some money. I don't think so, though, but you never know. Maybe he plays at the roulette tables or, whatever. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. It's Vegas. You got to do something.
I mean, every time I go to Vegas, I'm in a high money room. Yeah. I'm in a big baller room, motherfuckers.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, you know about a pimp, motherfucker.
I know. That's what I've heard things about you.
It's all true, yeah.
Let's go ahead and see what's going on in the world of video game news and other shit. right, so in the news for episode 104, by the way, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Nobody listening now, but later on, maybe if you catch this on the recall. Joey Chestnut recently here won the mustard belt. 62 hot dogs was the record there. And man, that's disgusting. He's winning all these things, that Joey Chestnut, man. He's always winning some competitive eating. Whis, would you ever do that?
I mean, that's disgusting, yeah.
It's quite gross if you ever try to watch it. I can't even watch that stuff. And then the woman, I fucking didn't write her name down, but she ate 39 hot dogs. And so that was the winner of the woman's hot dog championship. That's how many hot dogs she ate.
No, yeah.
So yeah, Joey Chestnut once again, undisputed mustard belt winner. Man, what a gross. I've seen some posts where they're calling this guy a dominant athlete. He is not an athlete, okay? He's a competitive eater. He can eat a lot. Fat guys do it, okay? You're not an athlete. What else was going on in the news? Well, in video game news, I'm about to tell y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. An alarming 87% of retro games are being lost to time, folks. This article by Levi Winslow. Despite being a billion-dollar industry, video games are being something of a dying medium, as a vast array of titles are frequently killed off in one way or another. However, according to a new study, the number of games being lost to time is quite staggering. Nearly 9 out of 10 U.S. games are critically endangered. The Video Game History Foundation, VGHF for short, partnered with the Software Preservation Network, an organization intent on advancing software preservation through collective action, to release a report on the disappearance of classic video games. Quote, classic in this case has been defined as all games released before 2010, which the VGHF noted is the year when digital game distribution started to take off. The study, two groups found that 87% of these classic games are not in release and considered critically endangered due to their widespread unavailability. One example from the paper is 2006's Yakuza for PlayStation 2. It's been remade in the form of 2016's Yakuza Kiwami, which was hailed as excellent, but the VGHF specified Yakuza Kiwami is a complete remake from the ground up and should be considered a separate title, especially since the original game is no longer in print. This is what the VGHF is arguing for. So for nearly 9 in 10 classic video games, there are few options. Seek out and maintain vintage collectible games and hardware. Travel across the country to visit a library or piracy. VGHF co-director Kelsey Lewin wrote, none of these options are desirable, which means most video games are inaccessible to all but the most diehard and dedicated fans. That's pretty grim. Well, grim is right, particularly when the study claims that just 13% of the game history is archived in libraries right now, and that's part of the dilemma. According to a March 2023 Ars Technica report, laws around the Digital Millennium Copyright Act largely prevent people from making and distributing copies of any DRM-protected digital work, while the U.S. Copyright Office has issued exemptions to those rules so that libraries and researchers can archive digital material. Video games are explicitly left out, which makes it almost impossible for anyone to effectively study game history. Imagine if the only way to watch Titanic was to find a VHS tape and maintain your own vintage equipment. This is a quote, so that you can still watch it, end quote. Lewin wrote, and what if no library, not even the Library of Congress, could do any better? They could keep and digitize that VHS of the Titanic, but you'd have to go all the way to watch it. And end quote. So The ESA opposes preservation exemptions. In a call with Kotaku, Lewin said that while it's particularly surprising that most classic games are not available anymore, the numbers are still eye-opening. She further explained the study's methodology. Quote, we took lots of random samplings of video games from this time period that spans every console and PC, pre-2010, and even some 1960s mainframe stuff, Lewin said. It is a truly random sample so that people can kind of see that it's not all about making sure Mario is available because, Nintendo is going to keep selling Mario. But for every Mario that's available, there's 9 other games that maybe you've never heard of that aren't even historically significant in any way, or that we know of it, I should say, but potentially could be really interesting for researchers. Though not surprised, she was still alarmed by the flimsy ways in which games disappear, pointing to Ant Stream Arcade, which houses a plethora of games from the Commodore 64 to the Game Boy that could be lost to time should it close up shop. The Nintendo eShop is a more mainstream example. When the eShop shut down availability of the Game Boy library, quote, the number of games went from something like 11% to 4.5%, Lewin said. The company wiped out half of all the availability of the library of Game Boy games just by shutting down the Nintendo eShop. Lewis noted that although libraries are allowed to do a lot of things by being libraries and preservation institutions, the Entertainment Software Association has consistently lobbied against game preservation efforts, such as copyright permissions and allowing the rental of digital video games. The ESA has basically opposed all of these new proposed exemptions, Lewin said. They've been like, no, that will hurt our bottom line, or that will hurt the industry's bottom line. The ESA also says the industry is doing plenty to keep classic games in release, pointing to the thriving reissue market. And that's true. There is a good reissue market, but it just only covers 13% of games, and that's not likely to get better anytime soon. The study will be used in the 2024 copyright hearing to ask for exemptions for games. Lewin said she's hopeful that progress will be made, suggesting that, should the hearing go well, games could be available on digital library apps like Libby. You can read the full 50-page study on the repository Zenodo.
I mean, I love classic games, yeah.
I do too. I hope they don't get phased out. It's seeming like that is a possibility. But, because, hey, that's what we do here. Is talk about vintage video games. We review them. Hell, we play them. All that shit. So that is alarming, but hopefully, not a growing. Hopefully, it'll get better. I don't know. I just don't know about these things, but you can hope. There is hope, folks, that just maybe, that shit will be okay, and we will continue to have classic games, and because there are some games now you can't find anywhere. Running Gun 2, can't find it anywhere. Several other games that would be cool to have some re-releases on, somewhere you could at least get a playable version for whatever it is you're playing on. Next in the news, Snail Racing World Championships make a post-pandemic return. This one's by Ben Hooper, folks. A snail racing event making its return this weekend in England has been awarded a Guinness World Record as the longest-running humane snail racing world championships. The Snail Racing World Championships in Congham, England, are returning Saturday after being suspended in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The event was founded by Tom Elways in the 1960s after he attended a snail racing event in France. Guinness World Records has now named the annual event the longest running humane snail world championship. So this would have been this past Saturday because this was on the 7th. The race features snails attempting to cover a distance of 13 inches.
That's big ridiculous.
The world record of 22 seconds was set by a snail named Archie in 1995. The top prize is a tankard of lettuce. Oh, that sounds great. Sounds just great, yeah.
I mean, that sounds dumb, yeah. I don't like snails.
Have you ever had snails?
I mean, I ain't eating that shit, yeah.
They're pretty good. I like them.
That's fucking disgusting.
I mean, they don't taste bad, Whis.
I'll never eat no shit like that. I mean, I'm gonna throw it, take it a big G.
Oh, don't be a bitch.
I
They're pretty good, man. You should try them.
don't think so, yeah.
Well, you will one day. And you'll like it. You'll like it a lot. Yeah.
You should.
Let's go ahead and take another call.
Yeah, let's do that, you dumbass.
Who we got out there? Looks like we got Brody in Los Angeles. What's up, Brody?
What's up? This is Brody from LA, man. I mean, you think Shohei Ohtani where do you think he's gonna go when he becomes a free agent, man? I mean, what are you thinking? I think he's probably gonna go to the Dodgers, you know, and I hope he comes. What do you guys think? Hang up and listen. Great show, guys.
Ah, thank you, Brody.
I think he's going to the Atlanta Braves, yeah.
There's no way he's going to the Braves. They don't have enough money for Shohei. I'm thinking he is probably a Yankees or Dodgers. In my opinion, the guy is just so talented. These players here don't do what he does. He's a two-way player. Most players specialize in something. So I'm hearing nothing under 500 mil. So this is going to be interesting. The Shohei Ohtani's. And we will see that drama play out because, as my man said, he's a free agent next year. And I'm thinking the Yankees are going to come after him. That's my thought. So, and he needs to go somewhere he can possibly win a championship. We're not going to do anything in the Anaheim Angels, I guess, right? No. They're not gonna. They're a terrible team. Like Trout's hurt. I don't see anything happening there, folks. So we shall see the future. Shohei Ohtani. But I'm sorry. I don't know what I was saying. But like my man said, LA or New York. Yeah. LA Dodgers. Or New York Yankees, baby. That's where I'm thinking. Whew, my throat is getting a little bit parched. We're going to take a short break. We will be right back, folks. back again. So what we gonna do next, y'all, is a vintage video game review. Oh yeah, I know you want to hear it. I know you want to get into it. So let's get into it. Oh yeah, this week we got Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis. Oh yeah. This game is a 1993 video game developed by Blue Sky Software and published by Sega for the Sega Genesis. It was released as because I got my black. It was released as a part of the tie-in merchandise to the 1993 film of the same name. The game includes elements from Michael Crichton's 1990s novel Jurassic Park, on which the film is based. In 1994, after the financial success of the film and its merchandise, Sega released a sequel video game titled Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. Jurassic Park is a standard side-scrolling action video game with platform gameplay elements. The end objective is to reach the end of each level using items placed at fixed locations. However, the game features a then uncommon variation in action games, giving the players the option of using two characters that play independently to one another. The game is playable as either paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant or a velociraptor. Grant is the default character and can be switched to the raptor using the quote player option on the game's main menu. The game has 3 selectable difficulty levels. Medium is the default neutral setting, while hard means more damage taken from enemies, and easy mode makes it more for less troublesome foes, which relatively little damage is taken. Each player is given 3 lives. When one is lost, the player restarts at the beginning of the level. The game over will reset the game entirely, although passwords are displayed in between levels, allowing the player to continue from a specific level rather than from the beginning. A password option is displayed in the next. Sorry folks. A password option is displayed in the game's main menu. When playing as Grant, his objective is to navigate through 7 areas of Isle of Nublar, make it safely to the Visitors Center to escape via helicopter. He must contend with various dinosaurs that roam the island, now free of their enclosures. Grant can use various weapons, including a tranquilizer gun, a stun gun, flash grenades, gas grenades, and a rocket launcher. All these items require ammunition refills, which are scattered throughout the island, sometimes in hard-to-reach places. Grant's recovery item is a first aid kit, a few of which occur in each level. The Velociraptor player character can jump higher than Grant and run much faster, although it can only attack from close range using its teeth and claws. The Raptor's goal is to elude or eliminate the Jurassic Park security guards and corner Grant at the Visitor Center. The Raptor plays for only 5 levels. Along the way, stray dinosaurs can be bothersome for the Raptor, who can knock them out. The enemy guards wield grenades and missiles, but can be easily overpowered by the Raptor, although the final level increases the guard's presence and temperament. The Raptor's health item is generic meat, although it has the ability to eat a compy to refuel its health as well. Acclaim Entertainment and Activision had both bid for the rights to produce Sega Genesis version of Jurassic Park, but lost to Sega Tin Ninpao, who created Earthworm Jim, was the lead artist for the development team. The game's animators consulted experts who worked on the film on how the game's dinosaurs should look. The development team also consulted with paleontologist Robert Baker, who dissected a supermarket chicken to demonstrate the similarities of dinosaur anatomy to bird anatomy. Baker also appeared in a commercial for the game. For the game to reflect the latest dinosaur discoveries and theories, the development team took field trips to museums of natural history and to zoos to observe the feeding habits and physical movements of birds and reptiles, such as ostriches and alligators. Jurassic Park was the first game by Sega to be developed using silicon graphics computers at the company's new development facility. Such computers were previously used to create computer-generated dinosaurs for the film. The 3D models for the game's dinosaurs were created using stop-motion photography, while a team member was filmed acting out Grant's movements then digitized. Many dinosaur models for the film were sent to the game's development studio so they could be filmed and digitized while in motion. A $75,000 Velociraptor puppet from the film was also used for the production of the game. The game features artificial dinosaur intelligence that causes the dinosaur enemies to react differently every time a level is played, giving the player a unique experience each time. Elements from Michael Crichton's novel Jurassic Park were featured in the game, including the presence of Compsognathus and Pteranodons, the jungle river attraction. The game used the film's original planned ending, in which Grant would eliminate the Velociraptors by manipulating a Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton in the visitor center. The game's volcano level was not yet featured in the novel or the film. Sam Powell composed the game's music and sound effects. By June 1993, the development team had been working on the game for 15 months, and the game's development had been kept secret until that month, when the game was publicly unveiled for the first time at Chicago's Consumer Electronics Show. Jurassic Park was the first film-based video game to give players the option of playing a protagonist or antagonist. Jurassic Park was released in the United States on August 10th, 1993, and was the first video game to utilize Sega's new rating system, receiving a GA rating. So, Jurassic Park. I went ahead and did some playing on this one this weekend via a port, or emulator, I should say. Oddly a fun game to me. Brought back some memories as well. Like I said, it was a side scroller and just oddly one of those games you can just kind of play. And it's not that bad, actually. It's a pretty fun game, all in all. Controls are, pretty much easy. And I like the fact you can be the dinosaur or the doctor. So that's a cool concept that usually games don't do. And usually don't have that. Usually you're the good guy, right? So that's cool. And original. So, as far as the reception goes with this game, approximately 250,000 copies were sold within the first week of the game's U.S. release, totaling a record of 13.8 million. As for my rating, folks, I'm going to give this one 3 out of 5 because it's fun. But I don't know that I'd play it again. Maybe. Just depends, I guess. So many games out there, but I think it's worth the play. It's worth to go back in time and just check it out. Why not? You don't have shit else to do, so play an old ass video game, bitch.
Listen.
Oh my God, folks. Yes, you are here. Episode 104. We have a new Grant's Gripes tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and play the theme music.
Hey y'all, it's your boy, Whis Craver up on here. And sometimes he talks shit. Sometimes it's pretty dumb. But then sometimes it's not. So, just fucking hang out and see what he's got to say, y'all. Don't be dumb. Just your mom, what I'm here to say. Listen, means he doesn't take pills. He's just chilling. He smokes and works some time. And he does a line or two. If they have some hookers around and screaming in the mud, y'all. And I just want you to know that he's talking shit. His name is Grant Mills, and you know the deal, y'all.
Yes. A new Grand Scrapes, folks. I don't think I've went over this subject before, but hell, I can't even remember these days. Anyway, if so, then it still needs to bear repeating. People who can't handle their liquor, particularly men. What the fuck? Come on. Particularly guys who want to go hang out with their friends, and I'm not even gonna, let's just say this. Guys who can't control their drug or alcohol habit when you go out. And it's like every time you go out, there's a fucking issue or a problem because you get too fucked up. This is not good. You need to learn to pace yourself and not get so fucked up, because then your friends turn into babysitters. That's not good. That's not fun for anyone, and it's not fair when all your friends are just trying to go out, have a good time, sniff some puss, see what's happening, but you gotta get too fucked up, so they gotta take care of you so you won't go to the hospital or die. Let's use good judgment, folks. You know, let's try to, like I said, pace yourself, use titration in a sensible manner when it comes to the drugs, the alcohol. Let's be smart about things instead of just trying to get too fucked up. Because, I mean, really, if you think about it, you know that getting too fucked up too fast, it's not going to be good. It's either going to end badly or it's going to make the experience not so fun for you or your friends. Yes. So stop getting too fucked up, folks. Know your limits. Know your boundaries. I had a friend, man. He would just drink too much when we went out. And it just got to the point where I had to say, look, man, I just lied to him. I said I quit drinking. But really, it was the last time we went out. He got too drunk. Tried to fight a police officer. I saved his ass. And that was it. So, like I said, if I've done this one before, yeah, still an important topic, I feel. Needed to be brought up again. Let's be sensible and not dumb. Okay? Let's not be dumb and do things in a smart manner, folks. So, with that being said, hoping all you guys are going to have a great week and weekend coming up. Whis, what's on tap for you, my friend?
I'm just gonna fucking chill. You know, do what I do and not think about babies for sure, y'all, cause we're on a break and shit. I'm just gonna do me, you know what I mean? And That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Got any words of wisdom for y'all? For all the folks out there before we get on out of here tonight?
Somebody list, suck my dick, and lick ass hair.
Okay. You heard it here first. Hope all you guys out there have a great week and weekend. This go. Jay Wiggy will be back next week, Monday, 9:30 in the Dirty Folks. Go ahead and hit this subscribe button. Go ahead and check out the old episodes 1 through 104. Good shit. We're gonna have the college football preview coming up soon, folks, so definitely tune in for that. You know it. We love our college football, baby. So do what we do here at the show. Smoke it up. And,
Brody, get in the jello!